Hello, my beautiful friends. I would ask you to take that nice deep breath in. Big sigh. Let the breathing come back to normal. Chest is up. Relax the center of your forehead, and just for a moment, let your jaws be relaxed and visualize that steady burning flame, that flame that is actually our inner self. Eyes opening. Now, right off the bat, if you wouldn't mind, point to yourself. Now, if you're like most of us, as we've talked about in the past, when you point to yourself, you point right here. We don't point up here. So the point is, and we don't even point in the gut, we point right here because we point to the heart. Not the actual mechanical heart, but the energetic heart that's right in the center of the chest and shines out and illuminates the world. And so I would like to suggest to you that the way of shining into the world, the way of being a person who lives from the heart, is to recognize how close we are always to the ending of things. Of course, we're talking about death. We're talking about the possibility that any one of us could die at any time. None of us are guaranteed to even make it to the end of this video. But not only that, but also the way that we pass from era to era of our life. From my background, we talk about a lifespan being 7 years. So 7, 14, 21, 28, and all these times, each of those is a lifetime. And we're usually behind the curve. When we're 28, we want to act like we're 21. So this is about coming into disillusionment. To be truly disillusioned is actually a good thing. It means to be truly authentic to what is and what is happening and to who you are. So I'm asking you to be aware of using death as an advisor, because when we do, that means we actually live life. I remember first getting that term, using death as an advisor, from Carlos Castaneda. And went on to see elements of that all over the world. The samurai would talk about living this day as though you knew that this was the end of your life. How would you be? How would you be if you knew that this was your last moment or this was your last day? Would you put the Facebook post that you put out there? Would that be the last expression? How would you be if you knew you were going to pass out of this world in the next month? How would that change how you deal with things? When I worked in mental health, many times I worked with aggressive young men, and sometimes I would have to do restraints. And I actually left there when I was 45, but I was still quite effective. And sometimes I would have these moments occur with these young men when they would become aggressive, and I would have to restrain them, and I would take them down, and it would appear quite easy, and it would, I would be really powerful in it, and had a lot of experience, knew a lot of different moves, exploded into them. And very often they would ask me later on, how were you able to do that? You're 45 and I'm 22. How are you able to physically handle me in this situation? It was for one simple reason, and I would tell them that. Because they were playing and I was serious. I knew that this was a potentially life and death situations. I've been in situations where people were dramatically hurt, or seen people dramatically hurt in fights when nobody thought it was going to happen that way. So I knew I had to get it done quick because death was my advisor. Would you do the same things that you're doing, say the same things that you're saying, if you thought this was going to be your last act? I will really, really want to suggest to you that it matters how you end. What is your state of mind when you leave this world? There are many, many backgrounds that say that your state of mind when you leave this world is an amplified state of the last thought or emotion that you experience. If you experience a consuming hatred, what if that was tenfold or 100-fold or 1,000-fold? Do you think that would feel good? I personally don't want to go that way. I don't want that to be my last moment. I don't want it to be a moment where I am not authentically saying and being who I would choose to be. It doesn't mean that we don't make mistakes, and we might die in the midst of making a mistake. But it's not about being perfect. It's about what your intention is. Allow death to purify your intention. This is my suggestion. Intend what you really want to leave as your legacy. Do you want flipping off a person on the highway to be your last act? If someone were to gather your writings, your emails, all the posts, would you feel proud of yourself? So let's be aware and use the power of this. And remember, just as we talked about, life is instantaneous. That's my perception. Life is instantaneous. All the moments happen at once. And before you know it, you will be there. But if you use death as an advisor, you're going to come up with so much genius before you go. You're going to be open and you're going to find the flow of grace. So thank you so much. Again, thank you for joining me. Thank you to the Spirit United Community Day. It was really, really wonderful to be with you. Let's be who we really are today. Remember, this is the beginning of the third week of the 40 days. Continue to build. Here we go. So as you probably know, I've studied a lot and did a lot of practice and had really wonderful moments, sometimes with elements that I either felt were quite brilliant or even someone else did. And I remember one of the most brilliant thoughts that ever came to me, which was infinite patience brings about immediate results. Infinite patience brings about immediate results. I was like, when I thought of that, I was like, oh, brilliant! And then I was reading the Course in Miracles later that day, and I saw that line in the book. Infinite patience brings about immediate results. So maybe it didn't come out of me, but it doesn't matter who it comes from. Because if we live by it, we will imbibe it. I bring my hands into prayer position and I bow to you. Because from my background, I believe what Christ said, you too can do what he has done and more. And what the Buddha said, you are the Buddha. Live from that light and shine it to the rest of us. Namaste. Thank you, my beautiful friends. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that you live from the light of love today. I don't know, maybe I already did that. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.